All right, I think I finally solved this problem. My name is Mychel Russell Ward of Russell Ward Studio, and I have learned sometimes you need to be very still in order to solve a problem, even if you don't want to be still. All right, there's somebody looking for me, and his name is Pichu Chen. And I had no idea Pichu was looking for me. Pichu Chen was an artist represented by Hwang Gallery, which was a startup gallery in Queens, New York. I've never been there. I was a student at the Art Students League of New York, and at the time, I was looking for galleries for representation. I put in an application with Hwang Gallery, and they turned me down. They turned me down because much of the thing that I submitted, oh gracious, I was very, very poor. Still am, but it was very bad then. When I didn't have any money, if you are a student at the Art Students League, you can pay $8 at the door and then go to a room that has a model in it, but no instructor. It's a model and a monitor, but no teacher. So you go in there and you paint from a living model. And the model is a naked person on a pedestal. Literally. All they do is just stand there making poses. You have 1-minute poses, 5-minute poses, 10-minute poses, and then there might be a couple of 15s and one 20-minute pose, and then the session's over. And that's what you get for $8. So if you are grindingly poor, like you have nothing in this world and you're barely on food stamps, that's how you train. And the paintings that I made back then were very outliney. And that, I still do that. Guilty! Matter of fact, where's my book? My book's right here. If you're a real artist, sooner or later, you're going to have usually a white dude who says the following thing out loud. The Chinaman in your head is going to say, that's too outliney. All right. This book is the premier sketchbook made by Nicole. As you can see, spine is broken because this book has a lot of power. This book was supposed to be sold to the Japanese government. Barack Obama stole huge amounts of money from the Japanese government by selling them photos of this book. All fakes, all fakes. And being Japanese, they're polite. They don't quite know how to deal with it when somebody robs you. And it's like your friend. Your friend is going to take you out back and rob you. So this is where I was in 2020, January 2020. And this is when you can spot all the people connected to Hwang Gallery. This is how I know. If Pichu didn't have his eyes pulled out by an aggressive person, Pichu's going to look at that and he's going to say, it's just too outlining. You have too many outlines here. And he's right. And Americans hate that. I'm the only American who says, wow, man, I screwed up. Maybe I need to do it again a little bit differently. So, this should be a match for the files of rejected applications at Hwang Gallery in 2015, more or less. Because try as I might, this figure in particular, Pichu, who was represented by Hwang Gallery, is guaranteed 100%. He's going to say, that's too outlining. And don't you have any concept of depth? And he's right. It is too outlining. This is too outliney. And I also have this in red watercolor. And I'm still trying not to do that. And I've gotten better over the years, but I paint how I paint. How have I adjusted for that? All right. I've had a few good days. In 2020 was that's when I first started to get the idea. Here, I began to understand. Here, I began to understand. If you see Pichu, I am at Russell Ward Studio at 9901. If you're going to collect my property, do it with the police. Do not go to those places where they're going to do something terrible to you when it's dark out. Bye.